Ladies and gents, welcome to Six Figs. I'm Kyle. In today's video, we're hitting everything DFINITY Internet Computer. So we got a tweet out of the one and only Herbert, who goes on to say 9/5 during Korea Blockchain Week, ICP hosted a meetup for the people in South Korea. Now, folks, I was in Japan at that time, and I totally tried to make this work. I just couldn't fit in a flight from Japan to South Korea with some other things that I was doing in Japan. I wanted to attend the DFINITY sidechain event there so bad. But it looks like they had over 800 people that flocked to the sidechain event. So that was great. I mean, you talk about a crypto conference and you get 800 people showing up. That's something else. Another thing that I saw, post goes down from Emilio, ICP conference in Ghana. Chosen FinTech Solution posts that we had an amazing internet computer conference with over 100 participants. This went down in Ghana, Africa. So what does that mean for everyone in Africa? And this is why I like to see this type of thing, because I've done a lot of business in the Northwest region of Africa, and I've met a lot of people. It's just, they're so wonderful. But some of the challenges people have in Africa are extreme. And one of the challenges is access to like banking, access to being able to pay each other with things other than fiat, right? They can barter, they can trade fiat, they can also trade crypto. And the more they know about blockchain tech, stuff like that, that makes their lives easier. So I am 100% supportive of seeing what they can come up with. Maybe they can code solutions for issues they're having, things like that. There is also a really cool tweet that went out from Funded, and it's regarding Bottle Shock, which was a film that was created back in the day, and now they're going to turn it into an animated film. So they are raising about, what are they trying to get here? Well, they're raising funds on Internet Computer in ETH. And basically, once you fund this, you would get an NFT, and you would basically get royalties and things like that from this movie. So very cool to say the least. It is what it is. So they're looking to raise 924 ETH for this project right now. They've currently got 0.036. I think that this just opened up. So if you're interested in dabbling in this, I'd highly recommend that you go to the Funded Twitter account and check them out. So very cool to say the least. There is an AMA, or a deep dive into the NNS, going on today at 2 p.m. UTC or 4 p.m. Central Eastern Standard Time. So with that said, folks, that is in like a couple hours of me making this video live. So hop on over to @Crypto8s and hit up their Twitter Spaces. If you got any questions, I'm sure they would love to have you on deck. This is also something very interesting. DFINITY is having a hackathon, and there's less than a week to join the on-chain hackathon on DevPost. So I will link to this tweet in case you're a developer or someone interested in building. They've got $23,000 in prizes and a $40,000 developer grant up for grabs. They have 3 different areas that they want developers to focus on. One is awesome ICP. Another one is they want to build Bitcoin, and then they want to see some GameFi go down. Off to ICP price action. This is where it's going to get juicy. It's just been trading flat, folks, for the last week. Currently, we're down 1.2 on the day. Up 1.3 on the week, folks. Trading at about $2.99 on CoinMarketCap. But we're going to start off on the weekly chart here, folks. And this is why I get so bullish on what I'm seeing. When you look at this chart, prices never got up this high. I think prices got up to maybe $450, somewhere in there. But we all know about the heavily manipulated launch with Sam Bankman-Fried. I mean, the whole 9 yards. Go to my Twitter at Real6Fig, and the pinned comment will tell you all about that. I will link that in the description as well. But when I look at the weekly candles on ICP, it looks bad. But you can see that price action has never been above the Ichimoku cloud on the weekly. And that's not a bad thing. But I do think that right now, price action is too far from this Ichimoku cloud. You'll see these lines that I have drawn. These are trend lines. And what I've charted out here is called a falling wedge. One of my favorite patterns to trade. And when you start to see falling wedges, things like that, start forming over a longer period of time, I do think that it does get a little bullish because that price action is more solidified rather than like an hour-long chart. So right now, we are seeing the 50 moving average trailing way underneath this 200 moving average, but we've got some extremely thin Ichimoku clouds, which makes it very easy for price action to move through. You can see here, the thicker the cloud, typically the harder price action has to move through it. The thinner the cloud, it just moves through a lot easier. So I'm hoping that's what we see here. And just to kind of give you guys an idea, because we can't see it on the ICP charts, here's Bitcoin. When it gets above the Ichimoku cloud on the weekly, folks, Bitcoin likes to shred. It really does. You can see how well Bitcoin took off there. Let's look at another example. Here it is. You can see, bear with me one second, what is going on. That once price action here got above, bear with me, what is going on with my trading view? Once price action lifted above this Ichimoku cloud, it was off to the races. So I'm hoping that we see that same thing with ICP. What's it going to do in the short term? Let's look at the 4-hour chart, folks. And I am also going to start making more ICP videos, and I'm going to start doing so on a more regular basis. I did have, bear with me one second, we'll check out the daily. You know, I've had so much going on the last few months in my life. My wife has had a broken back, some very nasty disc issues, and she finally got scheduled for surgery in November. So I'll be able to now finally concentrate back on making these videos, you know, twice a week, 3 times a week versus, you know, every week or every 2 weeks. So I don't know, it is what it is. But you guys can kind of see what I'm talking about. Right now, we are seeing price action really hold above this 50 moving average on the 4-hour chart. So that's great. I'm hoping that we can see ICP make a run up to this 200 moving average to about $3.27. And then I'm hoping we see a rejection. Why is that? Well, we want price action to come down and retest this upper trend line here. And then we want it to go off to the races, right? And if that does happen, we will see a golden cross happen. That's where this 50 moving average comes up to the 200 and crosses through it with the price action. So folks, there's a lot to be looking forward to, in my opinion, not financial or trading advice, but that's just kind of what I'm looking at. DFINITY's got some awesome things going on within the ecosystem. We're seeing some ball-in charts. I hope that we don't see any crazy cataclysmic events happen within the cryptoverse that really shakes it out of this pattern, because it's developing so nicely. Check me out on Twitter. I love you all. We'll see you guys on the next video.